into that, if that is true or not, because that is just an
of Senate and the House of Representatives. Parang hanggang mamayang gabi tatapusin nila yung approval of Senate of the budget. Is there a need for the President to call for a special session to avoid the reenactment of the 2019 budget?
Well, I will ask the president when I see him today.
Also, are there truth to reports that the executive is recommending the inclusion of a provision in the budget to impose a parang exemption dun sa election ban on the disbursements of certain funds?
I do not know that. I have just learned from you. I will inquire.
Sir, as a lawyer, ano po bang nung election ban and the use of funds? Kasi I think before third quarter, may start na ng campaign season.
Well, there are specific provisions of prohibition of using government money.
Under a national budget, like such as the 2019 budget, supersede what is in the Omnibus Election Code regarding election ban.
It cannot violate that law.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tina. Christine, then after Christine, Astor, and Ma'am.
Of funds in the budget. And in your statement yesterday, you're leaving it up, the palace is leaving it up to Congress to make the necessary, because you have, as it stands, based on the districts that got yung mga bigger allocation.
Repeat what I said earlier. It is the duty of Congress to scrutinize the budget that it follows needs that kind of budget. Perhaps that particular area has been asking for probe dipper
Yeah. But Andaya wrote the president yesterday.
of the law on budget.
Okay, last na lang. Do you want the budget to be changed, sir, right now?
If it violates the Constitution, or you have to decide whether or not this is in violation of the Constitution.
Thank you, Christine. Okay. Kaya ano muna, Joseph, kaya Astor. Tapos, Astor, Mike, please.
Of budget insertions and questionable. Question is
From my point, where it's coming from, finger point.
position and not position of budget.
No. I was just loading the idea during.
Thank you, Nestor. Ma'am, from after you, Ma'am, kay Joseph ulit.
Good morning, sir. That freedom and state of press freedom in the Philippines.
Well, obviously, since there are still critics, it has its basis of award.
Sir, but do you agree with the award?
Whether we agree or not, it doesn't matter. That's the award of a particular organization.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Joseph, pasensya na. Si Celerina muna. Celerina, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Going back lang po dun sa budget, I want to rephrase President for the President to call a special session because of this budget problem nga. So, and he also mentioned that
The economic management.
for the President to call for a special session.
Well, if that is the recommendation of the economic managers, if it will affect the government's expenses and services, then the president will be persuaded to grant the recommendation of the economic managers.
Do you think there would still be time? Kasi considering na it's like half a month na lang.
If there's a will to do it, it will pass.
Sir, you have also mentioned about equal allocation of budget sa different districts. So do you think there's a need to slash the budget allocated, for instance, sa district po ni Speaker Arroyo and Mr. Andaya?
That will depend on the House. It will be the one who will revise it, who will scrutinize it. It's not the executive.
Thank you, Celerina. Joseph, still on the budget. Amanda. Other matters, MPC? Maricel, please. Mike, please. Salamat, Archie.
Hi, sir. Good morning. On other
Morning.
issue, sir. Will the president now consider to travel to US after the American government has returned the Balanghiga bells?
I haven't asked him that. I will ask him when we go to Samar to turn over the Balangiga bills.
But sir, as a personal friend of the president, you think he will consider that now?
I really don't know. I cannot read his mind as of this time with respect to that. What I know is he really doesn't want to go to the US, apart from whatever reasons he has in mind. He cannot stand the temperature, the coldness. Talagang
Pwede
ayaw
namang
niya pag
summer.
sobrang lamig.
Pwede namang summer. But sir, what will convince the president to visit the said country?
I'll ask him. I'll
Okay.
relay it to you immediately.
Sir, yesterday I understand the president had a meeting with the U.S. ambassador. What was discussed during the meeting? May we know?
I do not know the result of the meeting because I was out the whole day yesterday attending to other events.
May we know the
We
details
will.
later?
We will. I will issue a statement.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maricel. Sir, tanong lang po ni Rosalie Cos, reaksyon ng Malacañang sa sinabi ni Marawi Civic Leader Samira Gutok na hadlang daw ang martial law sa BOL.
Yan.
Hadlang daw po ang martial law sa BOL. Sa more organic law. BOL.
I do not see any relation. But what's the relation? In fact, martial law is even acceptable to the people of Mindanao precisely because the security is kept. If there will be a plebiscite, then people who would want to do something to derail the plebiscite will think twice because there is martial law. It's even helpful.
Thank you, spokes. Ina? Mike, please. Budget.
Sir, still just a bit of clarification on your previous responses. You've been saying that you want an equitable allocation for the budget in the budget, and yet when asked if you want this the budget change, allegations of significantly bigger budgets given to some provinces, you say that it's up to Congress. So how will you make sure that the budget is equally allocated to the different provinces?
I think the members of Congress will know which particular district has the necessity, the requirement of that particular budget during deliberations that will come out. Because when you say equitable distribution, it doesn't mean equal. It means only that there is to allocate certain budget to a particular province. Like for instance, one province is asking for a project on the roads. And another one is asking for a building of a bridge that has been damaged, which is giving access to all. Between the two, you will be giving the allocation to the one who needs the bridge, construction of a bridge, rather than the road. Ito kasi pwede pa naman daanan yung road, pero yung bridge, paano may lilipat ng lahat ng mga tao, pati mga commodities. So depende. So when you say equitable, kasama na dun yung necessity.
So this will not cover this will not be resolved doon sa investigation na gagawin ninyo na sinasabi mo about.
The investigation will only cover kung totoo yung allegation na mayroong isang contractor lang na nakabag ng 30 projects. Yung mga allegation of corruption. Kasi puro allegation lang yun. Hindi pa natin alam exactly kung totoo.
Okay. Thank you.
Joseph.
Sir, yung proposal nyo sounds like the function of the DBM already.
Hindi rin eh.
Why?
Kasi hindi ba sa DBM, nag-aantay lang sila ng mga pagpasok ng mga items. Like sinasabi nga ni Secretary Jokno, galing yan sa line agencies. In other words, maraming agencies involved. Samantalang yung departamento, isa lang sila nga magdi-decide. Isa lang.
Na mag-allocate and everything.
O kasi sila ang pupunta sa mga distrito. Alamin nila ano bang mas kailangan dito. Tatanungin nila yung mga nandun. They will see personally kung ano. So they will be recommending, itong kailangan dito. Mas kailangan ba nila o mas kailangan ng kabila? So ganda yan, isa lang ang nagdi-decide.
Hindi pa ginagawa ng DBM yan, sir?
Hindi, ang DBM nag-aantay lang eh.
No.
Oo, nag-aantay sila.
Dapat i-validate yun sa budget cycle,
how
right?
how will sige nga, tell me, how will Secretary Jokno validate kung kailangan ng distrito ito o hindi kailangan ng distrito? You mean is going to all this?
You want parang mag-on the ground talaga yung DBM?
Yeah, kailangan may departamento na yan.
Okay.
Tatanungin niya, sino magbabantay sa departamento yan? At least one, isa na lang ang pinpointed mong may responsibilidad. Diba? Number two, meron namang COA nag-oversee. Less ang opportunity for corruption, for graft. Kasi isa lang ang kausap mo eh.
Sir, does the palace still trust si Secretary Jokno
Oh, definitely.
despite all these allegations?
Mr. Jokno is known to be the Mr. No. Meaning, he's a man of integrity. So when he says he's not involved, I believe it. Unless you show me as a lawyer competent evidence to the contrary. The presumption he is a man of competence and integrity.
Thank you, Joseph. Henry, Christine, Mike, please. Thank you.
Okay, please enlighten us. Ang mag-identified at mag-recommenda ba ng proyekto ay nasa sa ilalim ng trabaho ng mga mambabatas?
Ang pagalan?
Identified ng mga infrastructure projects. Ang mag-recommenda, ito ho ba ay nasa ilalim ng trabaho ng mga mambabatas?
It's supposed to be ang nagre-recommend nga yung mga line agencies. Now it's for them to scrutinize kung tama o hindi.
So to scrutinize but not to recommend, especially yung mga pet projects.
Correct. Sila nga, pero sila pa rin ang ultimate magde-decide. Kahit mo ni-recommend yan, kahit sino nag-recommend, pag nakita nilang mali, they can always revise.
Pero hindi ho ba kaya meron ng municipal engineer, city engineer, provincial engineer, district engineer ng DPWH? That's their responsibility to identify the
Even if that
infrastructure
is the
project.
responsibility of these people recommending, it's still the House that will have the ultimate authority to decide whether or not your recommendations are okay or not. That's their constitutional duty, and they cannot shirk from that duty.
So, pwede nilang i-reject or talagang
Of
totally?
course, as I said, they have the authority to